All right, so what is this silly thing that I have on me right now? It is a weighted vest. Weighted vest. I mean, it kind of looks like a bulletproof vest almost. But listen, grab your weighted vest. Use it on your next workout. There are quite a few benefits to using a weighted vest during exercising or during just walking. And if you're a glutton for punishment during running. But let me backtrack a little bit here, right? So let's start first. What it is, it's just basically a vest that kind of goes over, hangs over your shoulders, right? And you put plates or sand, like sand little things in it. And this one in particular has a sand, like little sand packs, and you put them in there. And it can go up to 40 pounds of additional weight. Right now, there's not 40 pounds in it because all I'm doing is sitting here podcasting. So we're not doing that here right now. And I'm already sweating just sitting here with this. I think I have maybe half of it in there, 20 pounds. Anyway, listen, you want to do weighted. Well, first you want to make sure that you get a weighted vest that fits, right? Like you don't want something that's hanging over your shoulders, like if you see on the camera, like it's laying on the side like that. You want it to be kind of proper and kind of fit to you a little bit. And it's very similar. So doing exercises or doing things with the weighted vest is also very similar to rucking. But rucking is more so like you have like a backpack on. It's kind of like a backpack more than a weighted vest situation. But they're both very, very beneficial for you. So what are all these benefits that I talk of for this tip here, right? So first things first, it can supercharge all of your body weight exercises, right? Well, most of your body weight exercises. I just thought of a few that it doesn't do anything for. But let's just say you're doing push-ups and you do 20 push-ups every day or something like that. Put on a weighted vest and try doing those push-ups. It'll change it for you, right? This is also a way for you to progress a lot of different body weight exercises by adding some weight to you that sticks close to you, right? Especially as let's just say you're on a weight loss program and you're losing weight and most of it is doing body weight exercise. Yeah, so adding the additional weight can actually help you progress even further. And in fact, there was this one study or a couple studies done, and there was this I don't remember the man's name, but what he did was he wore a weighted vest all day, everywhere he went. And as he was losing weight, he added the weight that he lost onto like the weighted vest basically. So let's just say like he was 150 pounds, he lost 5 pounds, he would add 5 pounds to the weighted vest so that he was still at 150 pounds. And come to find out, he was losing a good deal of fat and didn't really lose. I think he gained muscle on top of that. So using this could be very, very beneficial, right? So the first things first, it will supercharge your body weight exercises. And as an offshoot of that, obviously it helps you build strength and endurance in your muscles, right? So that kind of goes without explaining, but I explained it. So, and what it also does is it improves balance and it improves core strength, right? Because one thing that you really have to do when you have the weighted vest on is like you can no longer slouch, right? You can't just sit there and sink into it. You actually have to have an upright position. You have to have proper posture. And with that weight kind of forcing you into that position, and also you're resisting against that idea of trying to like slouch and move into it, strengthens upper back, core, improves your balance, especially if you're walking with the weighted vest on, or if you're running, even better. Not better, but even more pronounced of a change, I guess. It also improves body awareness in a way. You're way more intentional about the steps you take, and this is specifically with walking. You're way more intentional with the steps that you have to take when you have added weight to you. So you're sure that you're not going to collapse an ankle or collapse a knee or something like that. You want to make sure everything is lined up, and you're activating certain muscles. So it's funny. A long time ago, I used to tell my clients to walk with your butt, right? Because most people kind of just like, they do this weird lean forward when they're walking, and then it puts all the impact on their knees. And they kind of just just let their leg kind of carry through when they're walking. So it's almost like you're power walking, but you're not power walking, what I suggest, right? So it's like you just walk with your butt, like feel your glutes activate when you're walking. And that kind of leads to less, pain and less injuries and things like that. So walking with a weighted vest on causes you basically to walk with your butt. So you're more intentional about each step that you take. You're walking with your whole posterior chain, which is something that we typically do not do. Okay. Another benefit, and I guess maybe this is the last one I'll go. Well, no, it won't be the last one. But another benefit is that it increases bone density, right? So I was thinking about this for a little bit. All right, so there's this thing like in like kickboxing, and it seems like a little bit off the beaten path, but just hang with me for a second, right? There's this thing in kickboxing and other combat sports where you would almost intentionally break a bone to make it harder, to make it fused, and apparently it's a harder bone and it won't break as easily and all that fun stuff. But then I saw a whole bunch of different studies that basically kind of made that look like a myth, where you really can't just break a bone and it fuses harder together. Maybe at the site of impact, but there's some malleability that you need with your bones still, right? So you don't necessarily need to be fused, because on the ends of that fusion, more bone breaks happen. So so that's not necessarily a great method. But what I saw in a bunch of, like I said, a bunch of different studies, is that if you do things that increase your bone density overall, that's what makes a stronger bone. And while it still maintains some of its give, some of its bend here, some of its movement, right? And the number one thing that you could do to increase bone density in general is resistance training. This walking with a vest on increases bone density because it's almost like resistance walking. It's resistance training in a different form. So I would suggest doing it for that, especially if you have, if you're getting older, and talks of osteoporosis are coming through. Like, the weighted vest walking is pretty much clutch for you in that situation. Okay, of course, along with other nutritional items and all that fun stuff. But slap the weighted vest on, you'll be good. So there's a few. I guess there's also a few points to where you're like, you have to really lock in on making sure that this is a good fit. It has, like, you have a good fit. Like, it's snug to you. It's not loose and hanging all over the place. It's not too far off your shoulders. The fit for this is very important, because the number one thing I hear about people doing anything with the weighted vest is that they get like neck pains, and it just hurts their back and hurts all types of different things. Some cases, it's absolutely warranted and justified, and they just don't have a good fit. Other cases, it's just they need to strengthen up some of the muscles in the back because they pretty much tend to slouch all day. But ultimately, just make sure when you get a weighted vest, you have a good fit. Now, here's a little bonus quick tip. So there's a quick tip to the quick tip again. What I will do is, and it's funny, so I like shoulders apparently, and I like working shoulders apparently. But I will put on a weighted vest with a decent amount of weight on. So I'll probably stack this thing up until it's 40 pounds. And then what I'll go and do is a set of lateral raises. Why am I doing that? Because I'm not trying to work my traps at all. In fact, what I'm trying to do is take my traps out of the actual lateral raise and significantly isolate the middle delt region, okay? what I do is I'll set the vest on, and that weight that's carrying down, it's not really just pushing my traps down or anything like that, or pushing my shoulders down, depressing my shoulders, but it acts as a reminder to depress my shoulders and to not bring my traps into the lateral raise movement. Remember, lateral raise, you're pushing away from your body. The weighted vest, I mean, I used to do this with bands, wrap the bands around and basically have the bands act as a kind of like an anchor almost pulling me down. Well, now I just do that with the weighted vest. Pop the weighted vest on, do some lateral raises, and I will feel it in my mid delt even more. And that's actually how I got to train just doing lateral raises the proper way. Okay? But that's all I got for you on this quick tip. Put on your weighted vest, go out for a nice little walk, go out for a jog. Again, if you're a glutton for punishment, don't overload the weight if you're going out for a jog. Do some push-ups, do some pull-ups, do some things on a TRX or the suspension trainer, right? And you will definitely see and feel the difference. All right, let's move on. So if you like this segment, here's another one for you. Click over here. And if you want the entire podcast, go this way. Click on that one right there. And once again, I appreciate you. All right, you take it easy.